Hi there, my name is Jill Cody. Welcome. Which America do you want to live in? Do you want to live in an America of anxiety, anger, hatred, hopelessness, apathy, ultimatums, cynicism, and fear? In other words, disruptive, repelling, and destructive behaviors. Or do you want to live in an America of trust, acceptance, confidence, debate, achievement, faith, meaning, and hope? In other words, creative, compelling, and constructive behaviors. Australian behavioral scientist Wilfred Jarvis said, "We are creatures full of energy." Then he succinctly divided those energies into two categories using an accounting principle and called them living in the black and living in the red. We've heard before the phrase that there are two Americas, but a new way of seeing those two Americas is through our everyday actions and choices. America often makes its decisions based on feelings. I think given the opportunity, we would choose to live in the creative, compelling, and constructive America. I know that it is unrealistic to think we could live in that American reality all the time. We are facing tough and extremely unsettling situations at home and abroad. However, I also want to remind us all that through the centuries, there has always been the worst of the worst to face. But can we face them and predominantly live in that constructive and creative America? One reason we are perpetually dragged away from the constructive and compelling America that we want is our immediate front seat to all of the worst in our country and in the world that, technologically, comes right into our homes, bombarding us every day through our TV and computer screens. Compound that with the "if it bleeds, it leads" mentality of corporate media, and we may quickly find ourselves living in the red day in and day out, year in and year out, about issues of which we have no control. Did you know there are no truth in advertising laws for political ads? So they can propagate their version of "if it bleeds, it leads" to scare, manipulate, and lie. Corporate media has no responsibility to the truth and has abandoned their responsibility to provide real news. The media industry has succumbed entirely to infotainment, ratings, and strategies to maximize profit, which means to us that if it's sad, depressing, scary, unbelievable, devastating, and is focusing on someone else's misery, the corporate media will show it to us over and over again. It is a cheap and exploitive tactic to achieve ratings, and it works because it has the fascination of a train wreck. How can we not think our lives miserable and feel threatened when our senses are constantly assaulted in this way? Since it is done for profit, it will never stop. Deciding how to react to the constant and unrelenting living in the red energies would normally be an individual matter to decide. But when it comes to voting and making decisions about our country, and therefore all of us, it becomes an imperative national issue. This is one reason why I wrote America Abandoned. In it, I offer ideas on how you may take a fresh viewpoint on our country and what your real and powerful role as a citizen could possibly be. One fresh viewpoint is to realize that when we vote, we are not just voting for ourselves. The decisions we make could also affect 320 million other people. That is an impactful and powerful responsibility. Another fresh viewpoint is to use the concepts of living in the black and living in the red to assist us in triaging decisions that eventually could lead to that creative, compelling, and constructive America in which we all want to live. In addition, another method to triage decisions is to determine if the candidates and initiatives presented to us have a track record of sustaining or siphoning America. Does a person, program, or organization present positive living in the black energies of resilience, proactivity, truth, and democracy, and implement sustaining activities that would benefit each of us and our country? Or are they siphoning from us through panic, reactivity, lies, and greed, with a track record of siphoning resources, money, and in addition, infiltrating our society with negative, living in the red ideas and actions? Each choice creates a radically different America. The minute our forefathers signed the Declaration of Independence, overnight they became traitors to the British Empire, and many of them lost everything they had because of it: their ships, their land, and even their families. Those forefathers and foremothers standing beside them debated, stressed, and worried about what new country they had just created and sacrificed everything to give it a chance to exist. The least we can do to honor their extraordinary sacrifice on our behalf and the extraordinary country they created is to make smart, creative, constructive, and compelling decisions about which America we want to live in. Can you decide now which America you want to live in, and what active role will you step into to create that America? Thank you, and I invite you to visit my website to find activities where you can stand up for America.